This is Brad Milkey of ABC News' Start Here podcast with your sports update. He's a Heisman Trophy runner-up. He's a national champion. Next up, Jacksonville. Stay tuned for more.
To remind pet owners that Progressive covers pets on our auto policy at no extra charge, we decided to make a really cute pet-themed radio commercial. Can you hear that, puppy? If you could see this, you would melt. I mean, just the softest fur. Oh, wait, he's trying to open this box now, and oh, the box is filled with kittens! If only there was some way you could see this! What a glaring oversight.
Get coverage for your pets with an auto policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage for cats and dogs included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Coming off a one-win season, the Jacksonville Jaguars are expected to take Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence with the first pick of the NFL draft. But can he turn things around? The Jags have chosen 3 other QBs in the top 10, but have gotten little out of it, earning just 1 playoff appearance since 2008.
This ABC Sports Update was brought to you by Progressive. Drivers who switch to Progressive can save an average of $668.
This is your new home speaking. I know you haven't moved in yet, but I need some favors. Could you dust the blinds? The dust makes me feel dusty. Also, we could save a lot of money if you bundled your home and car insurance with Geico. It's super easy to do online or over the phone. Last favor, when you move in, could you stick to one aesthetic? The last owner had a weird mix of floral wallpaper and nautical tchotchkes, and I can't have another identity crisis.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
It's Monday, May 3rd, and not all is well. In fact, things are rather bad. Not only are we contending with an illegitimate president, an illegitimate vice president elected through fraud that's never really been investigated, not only are we dealing with a massive push to socialism and communism and atheism in this country, but we've got to deal with the munchkins in the Republican Party. And that's a nice way to put them. I think it's more like the wicked witch of the left, or shall we say warlocks. We've got this moron of an ex-president, George W. Bush, down there in Texas. I think maybe the Texas heat fried his brain even more. I remember him during his presidency, and of course, he's the reason we wound up with Barack Obama. People just reacted to his incompetent leadership, getting us into a war for no reason. In Iraq, we found out there were no weapons of mass destruction or anything else. But he's down there pontificating, telling people that push back with regard to our culture, that the United States is no longer a culture based upon European principles. Well, what principles are they based upon? In fact, even Latino principles are European principles. Latinos came from Spain. So he seems to be throwing his lot with radical blacks, radical atheists, radical Muslims, radical members of the Jewish Marxian left. And I'm Jewish myself. I always say this because I don't want to be accused of being an anti-Semite, but these people are a threat to Jewry as much as they are to everybody else. Fortunately, they're a minority, and I'm worried that their constant involvement in things, pushing this country to the Marxian left, is going to create a backlash of greater anti-Semitism, radical LGBTQs, radical atheists, radicals of all stripes. This is unbelievable. And then, of course, we see television commercials that are running on CNN. I happened to turn that on by accident over the weekend. I see that the Democratic Party is running clips of Chris Wallace, who's the spokesperson by and large of Fox News these days, trashing the Republicans, trashing President Trump for causing the crisis at the border, actually showing a clip of Chris Wallace. So now Fox News is being used by the left. And then, of course, there's the response of the Republican Party, notwithstanding what Bush is doing to undermine further the Republican Party, which is already dead. I am starting a new party. It'll be a separate organization from Freedom Watch called the New American Independence Party. And we're going to reveal that at our third Continental Congress on July 5th and 6th in Philadelphia, across from Independence Hall. But the whole issue of immigration, I watched Governor Abbott of Texas. He's a very appealing guy. He's not bad looking. He's in a wheelchair. I'm sorry that that's the case, but he's presents an image of FDR, the so-called conservative flip side of FDR, and he's constantly crying about what Biden is doing with regard to the border and how he's subjecting the citizens of Texas to drug dealers, to human traffickers, and to other unsavory people, including terrorists that are running across the border. But let's not forget that Governor Abbott controls the Texas Rangers. Let's not forget that Governor Abbott controls the Texas National Guard. Why doesn't he have them down on the border and end this right now? But this is the game the Republican Party plays. All talk, no action, political positioning, and it's why this country has entered into what is a virtual communist state. $6 trillion of new spending to enslave the American people, to make them dependent upon government, to take your money and then redistribute it by the government. And of course, we know the government is incompetent, much less corrupt. Actually, I should say much more corrupt. It was Ronald Reagan who said the scariest words in the English language are, "Hi, I'm here from the government, and I'm here to protect you." Keep the government out of everything that you can keep them out of, because they'll screw it up every single time. And now they're doing it maliciously to destroy the concept and creation of our founding fathers and our liberties and freedoms. And that's why I wrote my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. There's no one that the American people can depend on other than themselves. We must rise up peacefully and legally, just like we did in the days, months, and years leading up to 1776. Now is not the time for sunshine soldiers and summer patriots. Now is not the time for those people sitting on their couch, smoking a cigar, drinking scotch, and entering into retirement, or even if you're not in retirement, doing nothing. Because this country has been destroyed in a little more than 100 days. We've got this illegitimate president and vice president who are the lackeys of the left, not even the extreme left, just simply the left. It's like saying radical Islam. No, it's not radical Islam. It's Islam, which has become the religion of the devil, in my opinion. And it has destroyed this country as much as everything else. You've got these congresswomen, Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, who are allowed to reign free, people who have ties to terrorist interests, funding organizations, Hamas, Hezbollah, others. These people are legitimate people in the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has become the party of the devil. The Republican Party is simply corrupt and unable to address it. And that is why we, the people, must rise up. We must do it for ourselves. We cannot sit back and wait for things to happen. If you care about your kids, grandkids, and future generations, you'll snap out of it. Like Cher said to Nicolas Cage in the movie Moonstruck, when he said he was in love with her, snap out of it. You don't have to be in love with free goodies, $6 trillion worth of free goodies. And then ask yourself this question: what have the Republicans done when they had control of government to stem the fact that this government and our country is bankrupt? It's bankrupt not just financially, it's bankrupt morally, it's bankrupt ethically, and the legal system is corrupt to the core. It was John Adams who said, it doesn't matter how many times you change your rulers or forms of government, without ethics, morality, and religion, there will be no lasting liberty. Well, you know what? We've lost our lasting liberty. We don't have it. And that's why I wrote my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. Citizens' grand juries, watch our citizens' grand juries every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. We've already indicted Biden, Joe Biden, his son Hunter, and Joe Biden's brother James for massive bribery from Ukraine, Russia, and communist China. And why is the Gestapo of a Justice Department, that's what it's been turned into by Biden and Harris, why did they go after Rudy Giuliani? Because he had the goods with regard to the Ukraine. Why is it that the FBI is being used as Biden and Harris's Gestapo to round up everybody that was in Washington on January 6th, to threaten them? Why is it that social media companies, big tech, do not publish or remove people from websites who complain? Why is it that bar associations like the evil District of Columbia Bar want to eliminate conservative lawyers like me, like even Bill Barr? I don't know why they're they're worried about him. He did nothing anyway. He was on their side. Or Senator Ted Cruz, or Josh Hawley, or Kellyanne Conway, or that matter, Rudy Giuliani. They don't want anyone to oppose them. They have total control now. And we, the American people, must rise up before our country is put under the permanent sword of Damocles of the left, of the socialists, the communists, the atheists that have total control over this country and are extinguishing our liberties and freedoms even further as we speak. That's my message for today. Read the Declaration of Independence. When in the course of human events, the government no longer represents the people have a right to alter or abolish that government and to form a new government by and for the people with equal rights for everyone in pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. And what is the law that applies? Not the law of man, which is flawed, sometimes even corrupt, but the law of nature and nature's God. So let us all pray and remember that the Father and Son will only help those that help themselves. Remember that every major civilization has ceased to exist. The United States is on the threshold of ceasing to exist. So get up off the couch, as I say in my book, forget the scandal industry and get to work. It takes a revolution. And you can read about that at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, BooksAMillion.com, with a contribution of $50 or more to help us do our work, our citizens' grand juries, our third continental congresses, our hard-hitting cases. We'll send you the book for free. God bless you. Stay safe. If you can, they are coming for us. So use your Second Amendment rights if necessary in self-defense, not offensively. And I'll be back tomorrow with a special podcast of Special Prosecutor with Larry Klaban. Thank you for listening to me.
This is Brad Milkey of ABC News' Start Here podcast with your sports update. He's a Heisman Trophy runner-up. He's a national champion. Next up, Jacksonville. Stay tuned for more.
I saved big money with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, so I finally bought that new set of golf clubs. Watch out, Fairway. Here I come.
This is not a real testimonial. Sure, customers can save big with Progressive, but your other expenses won't just disappear. Are those clubs going to help you when the hot water heater dies? Also, it sounds like your money is better spent on golf lessons.
Time to go shoot the course record.
No, but maybe time for a reality check. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Coming off a one-win season, the Jacksonville Jaguars are expected to take Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence with the first pick of the NFL draft. But can he turn things around? The Jags have chosen 3 other QBs in the top 10, but have gotten little out of it, earning just 1 playoff appearance since 2008.
This ABC Sports Update was brought to you by Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Oh, that's a cheer we used to do in softball.
What? It's actually Geico's.
Whenever someone hit a triple, we would wave our bats and yell, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. But we never got to use it because we would only hit home runs. Annoying.
The phrase is from Geico because they help save people money.
Geico? Yeah, they were our team sponsor.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.